Welcome to our second episode of BOFFcast. My name is Nathan B. McCammon, and I will be your host. And joined by me, forever and always, is Kyle Smith.
Bonjour.
He's also not French. Carlos J. Jimenez.
Hi. Bonjour.
This is BOFFcast ASMR, and you will love it.
No, it's not.
It's literally BOFFcast ASMR. We're not going there.
Yeah, 100%. All right. How's everyone doing today? Kyle, how about we go with you?
Why me first, bro? You're gonna give me anxiety? I'm doing fine, bro. I'm doing
fine?
I'm doing just
Well,
fine,
yeah.
bro.
So, yeah.
I'm happy we got this set up. I'm happy we're here. We finally got everything set up after
Dude,
a
yeah.
full day, a full shift at work, and then coming home and getting all the stuff set up. And
Heck yeah, man.
it was stressful, man.
No, yeah. Yeah.
I thought an SD card was RAM. That's how stressed out I was.
Oh my goodness.
That is like beyond stressed.
It's good, bro. I'm scarred for life now, and Godfrey thinks much less of me now. So
Wow. Oh my god.
it was while you guys were gone.
So
I was
hold on.
stressed out.
Overall, is that good or is that bad? How you're doing right now?
I'm doing pretty bad after that.
bad.
Dude, he's
Wow.
doing so bad. He's
My ego
forgetting.
is shrunk to the size of a pea, bro.
He's doing so bad. He's forgetting to talk into the mic.
Dude,
Dude,
he's doing so bad that it just it goes all the way to the rock bottom, then rock bottom becomes the top. So it's like you're doing really good now. So.
All right. So
I
now,
wish that's how I felt.
All right. So now, Nathan,
How
I
about I
have,
just imagine that and I'll start feeling better.
Well, how about
Nathan, I have a
Imagine
question.
Dragons?
I have a
Alright.
question for you, Nathan. How
Yes.
are you doing?
How am I doing? I'm actually sick right now, so apologies. My voice is a little bit deeper. I'm sick. I'm currently drinking.
I apologize if I sound a little bit sexier. You know, my voice is a little too deep right now.
Hi, how's it going? But currently, to mitigate that, I am drinking.
We're not that kind of podcast.
I'm drinking green tea and ramen powdered soup. So what I did was I poured hot boiling water, which is still really hot right now because this thing, the container that I'm using, keeps things hot for ever. So I'm pretty sure in 15 years it'll still be hot.
Hi, Sierra.
Yeah. Hi,
Hi,
Sierra.
Sierra.
No, yeah. So it's a few parts ramen powdered soup, the stuff that you just take out of the packages and ramen packages.
So basically, what you
And
got
green
in
tea.
what you got in that container is the essence of Nathan, because you are definitely half ramen, half green tea.
What?
Don't act surprised. You know it's true.
You know,
Green tea is not made in Tonga.
Search your
So-
feelings. You know it to be true.
You know it to be true.
You know me. No, green tea is not made in Tonga, so that wouldn't make any sense. That's a Japanese thing.
It could be.
Carlos, do you want to go to Tonga right now?
I will go to Tonga and restore our honor as a family.
Carlos, I didn't know you were Tongan. Wow. But yeah, so that's pretty much how I'm doing. I'm sick. I don't have a ton of energy, so I won't be interjecting with my random quips and stuff like that.
You sound
as much as
fine.
possible.
That's all good.
But I will.
I'm not worrying about it.
But I will try my best.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm doing so. I don't want to go to work tomorrow because work sucks and it's gonna be busy. So
I got tomorrow off, bro.
good for you. I work in
I got
retail.
every Sunday off, bro. Guess what?
I work in retail, so retail
Hasn't to
is
me,
the
bro.
worst. Bro, you don't work in retail. You work nothing. So
Oh, I did. I'm so. I thought this was going to go somewhere.
You were- Anyways, we're gonna use that amazing conversation to segue into the
segue.
first topic.
It's okay. We don't need to know how I'm doing.
Anyways, Carlos has. All right, I'm just kidding. All right, Carlos, how you doing? How you doing, bud?
You know, I'm doing really terrible. You know, my friends don't want to know how I'm doing. And on top of that, there's a
I see the title. I know where this is going.
there's about to be a Sriracha shortage, bro.
Oh no!
Yeah,
dude,
so
that is so crazy because when you told me in the truck when you were driving me over here, I was like, wait, what? That makes no. Why would there be a Sriracha shortage? So yeah, just tell me a little bit about that, man. That's crazy.
I first heard about this literally the other day, grabbing teriyaki from a spot in Portland, Hot Rice. Shout out to Hot Rice.
Oh my!
The amount of drill weekends you have improved for me. Oh my goodness.
Holy!
Which that's a story for another time. But yeah,
We're just gonna keep saying that because we're never gonna talk about the Marine Corps. It's not gonna happen.
We'll
Bring up
talk about
hot
the Marine
rice,
Corps.
bring up the camis, bring up anything, but we're not gonna go into detail
We're
about
not gonna
it.
actually go into detail with that.
But no. Anyways, so the president of Hoi Fong. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that.
Can you just add an accent to that and make it more accurate, please?
No way. I don't feel like being canceled today.
All right, it's fine. Go on.
But
Continue.
yeah, the president of Hoi Fong basically said that like the chili peppers that they're importing are not up to par. They're not up to their standard.
Sriracha standard.
They're up to their Sriracha standard of spicy quality and
Spicy quality.
and but anyways, yeah. So they said we can expect to not get any new Sriracha until the fall season. That being said, I have like 8 bottles of Sriracha in my downstairs
That is
table.
so much.
Because
Nice.
I
Holy
refuse. I absolutely refuse to eat teriyaki without Sriracha. It would make me probably want. If I didn't have Sriracha, I would probably want to kill somebody.
I'm gonna
And
give you my-
speaking of wanting to kill somebody, that
Carlos
moves us
is-
to our next topic.
We can bring. Hold on, that's a great segue. But can we just talk about it? Hold on. I'm fine without Sriracha. All right, with teriyaki, the sauce is so good. Teriyaki sauce is so good on that chicken that I don't care about Sriracha.
So the difference here is your last name is Smith, my last name is
Hey,
Jimenez.
the taste buds here, all right, completely different. I know that they're different, but I just don't. I don't need the Sriracha. I feel like it takes away from the girth, the viscosity of the teriyaki sauce.
Okay.
Say that
so-
one more time. It takes away the girth.
Oh my goodness.
Why would it?
The strength,
can't-
bro.
I can't
The
be a part
strength
of
the
this.
sauce.
It takes
You know
away.
what I'm talking
I
about?
can't
It takes
be
away
a
the
I
girth.
love the teriyaki
of
sauce so much. I
teriyaki.
don't need Sriracha. Like teriyaki
Apparently
is
teriyaki has girth.
above Sriracha to me. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so Kyle here is anti Sriracha.
I'm not anti-Sriracha.
I'm pro Sriracha. Now we need
No.
Nathan. Nathan will cast the final vote. Sriracha on teriyaki. Do
I
you
know
need
it.
it? Yes or no?
Why are we voting now? All right. Before I cast my vote, I will say this. Carlos, do you drink Sriracha by the bottle? Why do you need 8 bottles?
He did one time.
This is a good story.
He did one time.
Okay, so 10 years ago, Nathan made the intro to our podcast
Yeah.
with
10 years ago.
our podcast in mind. No. He was using this.
Wow.
He was using this DAW program.
It was over a decade ago.
called
It was over.
Mixcraft 2, and he somehow found the perfect combination of sampling
It's really crappy.
and loops.
That's so
And-
good.
People who are listening,
so
be honest with your feedback. It's really shitty.
No, it's not. No, honestly, it's catchy,
really bad.
and there's something about it that like really is memorable. I don't know. It's kind of memey, but also at the same time, it's good meme.
But anyways, so he showed us that song about like 10 years ago.
And for some reason, they freaking like it, and I'm like indifferent. I'm indifferent.
Oh,
I-
why,
It's-
all right. Oh,
top
serious,
5 best songs I've
serious
ever heard in
talk.
my
Why do we
entire
actually
life.
like it? Between you and me, why do we like it so much?
Well, so it incorporates this. You don't hear it in the intro. We'll have to show you guys the whole song sometime.
It's
But
about 6.5 minutes. It's pretty good.
Carlos is
it-
beaming
it-
so hard right now.
No,
You-
no, no,
goes
no, no.
by-
I'm
it
dead.
goes
I'm
by
dead
like
serious.
that.
Wow.
Like it incorporates like the drum and bass, like the boom cat, boom cat, boom cat, boom cat, boom cat,
It's not
and like
incorporated
so like
drum and bass.
yes, it does. And that was the first time I ever heard that kind of beat before drum and bass was even a thing. And I think that element alone, when I'm listening to it, I get transported into my metaverse of
Oh
emotions.
my gosh, dude,
And,
you are memeing so hard.
No, honestly, I think he's being a little serious with this.
no, for real. Like, I could cry right now about
What? No.
Metaverse
About-
is taking over.
just how beautiful this song is.
Okay, we don't need to be crying on the second podcast. It's just
Wow.
maybe it's just because he's sweating so much because
not-
there's no
I'm
AC
so
in here.
great. I'm just so grateful for that song. And so, anyways, so how this has to correlate with Sriracha, I promise you, we have a solution here.
Well,
So we had
drop the name of the song first.
so the song is called "Resonance of Discovery."
It's on YouTube.
It's available on all streaming platforms.
No, it's not. It's just on YouTube.
By the time this podcast comes out, it will be available on all streaming platforms.
We will have paid Nathan off and taken the rights and uploaded it everywhere.
No.
But
That song will not see the light of day unless it's for the intro to BOFFcast.
This is the light of day.
It only displays like 15 seconds of it, bro.
Okay. So
I'll bless the people someday.
so anyways, so Nathan.
I'll bless him someday.
So Nathan.
All blessed, no guess.
Nathan had this song on his like old crappy laptop
Yeah.
that was hidden for ages, and for 10 straight years, Kyle and I had been bugging Nathan saying we need to get this
We
song.
need the song.
And nothing was good enough to convince him.
Yeah.
Carlos, it is so hard to take you seriously right now, even though
No,
all that is true.
I'm
it is
dead-
so hard to take you seriously.
I'm
right
dead.
now.
I'm dead serious right now.
I'm listening to him.
So,
I hear him out.
anyways, so we went on a beach trip, which is like I think our first post on our social medias is that beach trip, which you should totally watch. It's really wholesome.
I did the editing. I did
The
everything.
song is so
Yeah,
crappy.
but
No,
but anyways,
the song I used is not crappy.
No, the song that I invented 10 years ago is, in my opinion.
We should honestly get into real depth about that, but we have a lot of topics
we
to
have
get onto.
so
Yeah,
much on the topic today.
We,
But anyways,
we
so-
do have a lot to talk about today,
So,
if I'm being honest.
So I'll cut to the chase. Nathan looked me in the eyes at a brewery we were at in Tillamook and said, "Carlos, I will give you this song if you take a shot of Sriracha." Now, mind you, I don't want to be insensitive. This is before we knew about the Sriracha
This is
shortage. This is back when we had an abundance of
The
Sriracha.
abundance of Sriracha. We're not being insensitive here.
So so
Abundance
once
of
I
Sriracha.
found out that that's all I had to do, I took a shot of Sriracha. Easy, went down real smooth, and so really you all should be in the comments thanking me for my service.
I know I am. I know.
Yeah. But anyways, like I said, if I didn't have Sriracha, I'd probably want to murder somebody. And speaking of murdering somebody, you got a topic here about our boy Tim Lambesis.
Oh man,
It's such a
Okay.
weird
Tell me what's going on.
So, for all the people that don't know, all three of us are pretty big metalheads. We come from like a big metalcore community, a lot of Warped Tour in our blood, and we started off with like, honestly, we all start off with probably with like,
Just Warped Tour, nothing else, no local shows.
we've been to 0 local shows. We haven't been in a single band. No.
I haven't been
We've
to a
in
local
bands.
show that I haven't played
We've been
at.
in bands. We've been in really bad bands. We play really bad shows. What?
Dude,
I said I haven't been to a local show that I haven't played at.
yeah. Dude,
That's true. That's 100% true.
we've been to like so many shows, it's just ridiculous and mind-boggling. how many
Yeah,
shows
we've been to a lot of really bad shows,
my
and most of them
goodness.
were our own.
Yeah.
But that aside, that kind of birthed our passion for metalcore and the metal genre in general. And then we found out about As They Lay Dying. Probably we all found out about him about like 2009.
Yeah.
And that was one of my most like impactful bands at the time. I was actually mowing a lawn, and I had illegally downloaded their music, and I was like listening to them in my headphones I had while I was mowing. I was like, "Damn, this is so good." I started mowing the lawn faster. I was like, "God damn, it was freaking so good."
So, were
And,
you... wait. So, were you illegally downloading the song while you were mowing? How is that possible?
He was illegally downloading while he was illegally mowing.
So, you're mowing some random dude's yard. You're just like, what are you doing?
I was getting paid for it, man. I'll do what I want. And I found out about it, and it was fantastic. So these guys have, I think they had around 5 original members here.
Okay.
They had Josh Gilbert bass, Nick Hippa guitar, Phil Segrasso on, I think it's Phil Grasso, not Segrasso, on rhythm guitar, and then Jordan Mancino on drums. But the real, what's what I'm looking for? The protagonist of the story?
The
Yeah,
real antagonist?
The antagonist
He's
of the
protagonist
story.
and antagonist.
I'd say both. The stories. Tim Lambesis is the vocalist, which usually goes down with most bands as the vocalist has the most drama. So they were fantastic until around 2010, and then things started going downhill around 2012 when the lead singer decided to denounce Christianity, which is fine. You can do what you want to in terms of religion. Nobody's gonna doubt or nobody's gonna like question you on that. And then he wants a divorce, and then a year later he places a hit on his wife to kill her, which is absolutely insane. And I've been watching a lot of true crime documentary and stuff like that, and like a lot of stuff is fueled behind these kind of hits. And so
Didn't he take like steroids or something like that?
yeah, he was really into fitness, and he's
crazy.
really into gains and all that good stuff. Freaking gains.
Game train?
So, I think what the meat and the meat and bones of this story is that he went to jail for 4 years, and then they came back. The whole band actually reunited in 2017.
Oh, wow.
He served 4 years of a 6-year sentence, and then they reunited.
I know it was that
They
long.
released this 30-minute huge band video on, and they said, okay, we're working things out. It's crazy. And we're all trying to get through this together.
That was a really emotionally heavy video too.
It was.
There was like so much
I
packed
watched-
into it, man. There was like a
Holy crap.
lot.
And like I didn't know what to feel because I was pretty upset at him for wanting to kill his wife, which I feel is a natural reaction.
Yeah, it's like what
absolutely.
in the world?
But like at the same time, it was like watching like my heroes come back and make something beautiful, and it was weird. Like I felt so wrong listening to it and actually enjoying it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, this is literal murder music.
Yeah, and I think we've all we all know about Craig Owens and Johnny Craig and their kind of interesting controversy on that and like MacBooks and stuff like that. So there's controversy behind vocalists for a lot of different bands.
Wait, I don't think Craig Owens was a part of that MacBook thing. I think it was just Johnny
It
Craig.
was Johnny Owens. Yeah, my bad. But so they came back and they released a whole album. They did a whole tour. Then COVID hit, and then Nick, what was that? Nick, their lead guitarist decided to leave, and then their bassist decided to leave, and then the whole thing starts falling apart again.
Wow.
And you can only kind of chalk this up to the awkwardness of not being able to resolve your feelings on how you really deep down feel about someone that wants to kill someone that they used to love.
Sure.
It's so deep that you can't, I don't think I'd ever be able to overcome that, especially if it was someone that I was super close with as a best friend in a band that has over like 15 years. It's a huge band. It's a huge, like this huge span of time.
Obviously,
it's a family member.
probably the most like influential band in metalcore.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I would absolutely agree. It's crazy, and so it's only like left up. Like we can only leave it up to speculation when it comes to the members now leaving. Like 1-2 years later, they barely lasted,
So,
and
like-
I'd feel the same way.
So like, who's currently in the band? Who's left?
We got. I think we have three.
a lot
We
of
have
people
three.
are
We have
left.
three members. We have we have the drummer. We have the guitarist, and we have Tim. And then everyone else is fill-ins. And I think we used to
Interesting.
have.
Wow.
Was it 5 or 6 members?
Huh.
Something
And now
like
they
that,
have
yeah.
3. So
Yeah, no, they have 3, man.
So let's get creative for a second, and let's imagine that you, Kyle, middle name redacted Smith, are you're the new manager for As I Lay Dying, and slash like PR consultant. You're in charge of like As I Lay Dying's image for the next steps going forward. What do you do?
I wouldn't have a freaking clue.
You
I
wouldn't
wouldn't have an absolute clue. I don't know how to market that. How do you have to shove it under the rug?
You know, I was looking at your notes right there, and I think you've got a good solution.
Oh, you did look at my notes.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I had an idea there. I actually thought of this idea
I
at
think
Fred
that's great. I
Meyer's.
think that's a great idea.
You think so? Okay,
Yeah.
so
I can't read from here.
all right, so that's good. So I'll get your honest and true reaction. So here we go.
Okay. Fair enough.
I don't know why I went this direction. I was like, you know what? Screw it. All right, so here's what I wrote down.
Vocalist Harry Potter.
You're kind of close, actually.
Oh, wait, what? Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Dude, you're
Hold on.
closer than you think.
You're closer than you think. So here's what I wrote down. Let's make this more relatable and replace Tim Lambesis with Carlos. Okay, I know it's stupid, but imagine. Shut up. Imagine if he went from extreme religious passion, right, 2008 to 2010, and we're all in a band with him. We're all super close with him. So
How does Carlos relate to Harry Potter?
I'm absolutely serious. You cannot laugh. I am serious.
Okay.
Imagine this being extremely serious.
I'm here for you, brother.
Thank you.
All right.
You have to be. You're the vocalist.
Okay.
So imagine we're in the bandmate situation. Imagine you're the drummer. Imagine I'm the guitarist, and Carlos is the vocalist here.
I
and
don't play
we've all
drums in real
known
life,
each other
by the
for
way.
pretty much the same amount of time in real life anyway. So he goes from extreme religion from 2008 to 2012, and then converts to atheism, and then wants a divorce, and then suddenly wants to kill his estranged wife. How would you feel, Nathan, about Carlos doing that in your band?
Well, number one, that wouldn't be. Well, I shouldn't say it wouldn't be. For me personally, it wouldn't feel real. I would be like, okay, Carlos has to be memeing,
Yeah.
like hardcore to the point where it's uncomfortable. So, and I'm going to confront him and be like, hey, bro. No, yeah.
It's not real.
100%. I would think you're memeing, and I would confront you and be like, "Hey, Carlos, this is kind of taking it too far. That's a little much, man."
Versus
come
like
on.
just turning me into the police.
Well, yeah, no. I would do that as I'm like calling the police. I would be like, "Hey, this guy's
you
really
lay
So
down-
you have 2
crazy."
phones. Carlos isn't real. Hey, I'm calling the police. Help.
I got 2 phones apparently.
Honestly, yeah. Because that's I'm just saying that's how the members are always feeling. They don't.
Sure.
They,
Yeah,
they,
that's their reality.
We can
100%.
create this scenario right now, laugh about it, and forget about it. They can't. They can't forget about it, and that's how serious this is for them.
It sucks.
And
100%.
that's what they go through every day, and I assume that's why they're leaving the band. It's huge.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that is what?
What? You did not. You did not.
Nathan's sipping on his
His moolah.
Soup and
no,
green tea.
He's sipping on his super serum. And speaking of super serum, that leads us
What
to
are
our
these
next,
segues?
Our
Oh
next
my God.
topic.
Speaking of super syrup, I ride a bicycle to work.
So we are going to talk about the absolute craze that is the hit movie Morbius.
Because we had to know the craze, so at least Carlos and I watched it last night.
All right, so tell me this. So I've never watched it before. You guys watched it last night, right?
Yeah.
So before you told me anything about it, is it the worst movie you've ever seen?
So let me.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Carlos, how do you want to answer this?
Okay, so let me answer this real
I
quick.
think Rotten
right,
Tomatoes can answer that question for us.
Okay, so
I agree with that.
you gotta think. So Sony as like its own studio, like when it comes to like superhero movies, the only movies that have really been a hit are the Spider-Man movies. Like
These Spider-Man
like,
movies are so good, man.
Tobey Maguire's film, Andrew Garfield's, Tom Holland's, and of course No Way Home.
Have they
Dude,
always
No Way
owned
Home
Spider-Man?
is
Yeah, they've all been Sony.
They've always owned Spider-Man. Okay.
They've always owned Spider-Man because they're smart and they haven't sold the property fully to Marvel Studios.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so they thought let's ride out this Spider-Man success and make a Morbius film, right? And so they made it.
Don't sigh yet. You don't know if the movie's good
Okay.
or bad. Come on now. Come on now.
So as far as like,
From what I've heard, it's terrible.
As far as like movie quality, let me put things into perspective.
Okay.
The studio spent, I believe, $70 million.
$70 million?
And
Is
What?
That, is that
Profited.
really a lot? Is that
And
really a lot though?
and they profited $50 million on the box office.
Ooh, oh, that's
Opening
not
weekend.
good. Ooh, they're in the hole.
So
$70 million is a lot for like a mid-range budget superhero. But
Well, I heard that some of the Marvel movies are up to like 300 million.
yeah,
they-
Like
300,
low
400
300s, yeah.
300,
So-
400 million. I think the first Iron Man was around like 70 million, I think. So
they were definitely.
I could be wrong about that,
They were
but-
definitely expecting to make a lot of money, and they didn't.
Wait, go back to that. Where were you going?
I'm just googling the facts.
No. I was looking at what was that Spanish trend? What?
Well, that's irrelevant right now. Okay. Okay. So anyway, Morbius got a 5.1 out of 10 on IMDb.
wow.
Whoa.
So that's like an F minus almost.
Wait till you hear what it got on Rotten Tomatoes. It got 16% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, that's so bad, man.
Solid.
The main part is that I heard 16% before we watched the movie. So every time they did something stupid, I just said 16%, 16%.
So Kyle, like, what kind of thoughts were going through your head as you watched Morbius
16%.
last night?
That's it.
That's it. Like.
There were just so many inconsistencies. Like there's so many things that they could have invested in. Like there was points where he would turn into the bat that or whatever serum that he used that obviously was modeled after the bat.
Spoiler warning.
All right, this is one big spoiler
If
warning.
you
You're
haven't
not
watched-
missing jack. All right.
If you haven't watched Morbius, go watch it and then reconsider this podcast.
Or don't watch it and just take people for their word.
Yeah. Okay.
Because, yeah.
So what scenes were you like really?
So
brought out that?
here's the one thing that I do remember because I don't remember anything at all ever.
Okay.
But for some reason I remember this. So there was like one point where he needs blood to survive, right? The main character needs blood to survive.
He's a vampire.
He's a vampire, and he's not getting his blood. He is like every 6 hours he needs to drink blood or he dies.
Yeah.
So he gets close to that 6 hour limit. He starts turning into this vampire.
6
Oh my
hours.
god! And he's got the fangs out. And he's talking to his childhood friend that he went through like his chemo with and his permanent condition and
We'll call him Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, yeah, because he was the same actor, yeah.
Yep.
And he's like he says something and his voice didn't change. His whole character was edited and it was CGI and everything, and his face was CGI, but his voice didn't change. So he's like, "Ruh." I was like, no, you did not just do that. And I was like, you have to do some vocal editing on that. And like 20 minutes later, they did like, "Ruh," and they did vocal editing on it. They listened to me. So like, and then that small scene, there's so many little things that ruined the immersion in that movie that I couldn't take it seriously.
Wait. That's horrible. Why would they make that edit? What?
And there's no character development either between like that main vampire character and the scientist female.
Yeah,
the scientist female. That's
the exposition is absolute garbage.
It's trash.
Oh, really?
It's so bad.
We have no reason to believe that there is a connection between him and his coworker, and then they end up like falling in love or whatever. Makes no sense. It's like cringy.
Sucks. Eventually they kiss, and we have no idea why they even like each other in the first place.
There's like this like cringy scene where like his like childhood best friend like does this like weird dance. Because he's not a crippled person anymore.
Really? Dude,
in the subway.
In the subway. Like, it makes
that sounds cringe.
It makes no sense.
Oh my god, he kills like 3 cops, does a dance because he has legs finally. And like, yeah.
Okay.
And we're like, this is horrible. Oh my god.
So
sounds really stupid.
That's the first half of the Morbius craze, right? Yeah. The second half was the internet's response to the Morbius craze.
Oh no!
So like
this is something I don't know.
We mainly saw it in like r/ movies circle jerk in Reddit. So basically, the concept of movies circle jerk is like, I won't go into what circle jerking is, but I will go into the fact that like people were just like hyping up a movie that doesn't deserve to be hyped up just for the sake of being funny. So they were it was like a meme of like Morbius. Like celebrating, and it shows like the highest grossing films. We have Titanic at 2.1 million, Avengers Endgame at 2.7 million, Morbius at like 352. They have a new unit called Morbillion. $352 more billion dollars. And so check this out. Check this out. So you know Martin. I don't know how the heck you say that name. Martin
Scorsese?
Yeah, Martin Scorsese, right?
Scorsese?
Yeah. What is he? Is he like a film critic, a film director?
He's a film director.
So he's a film director, right?
Yeah.
So somebody tweeted this quote that he obviously did not say. And
because it's the internet.
Because it's the internet. And the quote is
happens all the time.
My goodness. Don't click out of a quote if you want to read it, apparently. Okay, so the quote is that's fake I was aghast to find out it was based on a comic book. This is the truest height of cinema, and even I cannot top it. A wise man admits when he is wrong, and I was wrong. I apologize to all comic book movies. #Morbius sweep. So obviously that's fake, right? And people
such a huge meme.
People were joking. People were joking that the film had an over 200% score on Rotten Tomatoes. And
dude, that was one of the first memes I saw, and I literally thought that was real for like a good like day or two, and then
I haven't seen any of that. That's crazy.
You know what's really funny? What's really funny is that like when somebody had posted that fake Scorsese tweet, Tyrese, what's his name? Gibson.
Yeah,
Tyrese,
baby boy.
Tyrese Gibson, who plays an FBI agent in that film, retweeted that tweet and said, "Oh my gosh, I am so honored to be a part of this film project," because he thought the quote was real.
That sounds like a very Tyrese thing
No,
to do.
not Tyrese. They got it.
And so there's also like some like really memed out reviews here. I'm just gonna read 2 of those reviews, okay?
Oh, we got a fat one here. You summarize that one?
I'm gonna read like the first.
It's like a whole book.
I'm gonna read the first 2 sentences.
I was just gonna say it's like 2 books, man.
We got 3 books up in here.
I'm gonna read the first 2 sentences and the last 2 sentences.
Hit it.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
No other words. A bold.
Come on. A bold showing on the theory that and practice of collective oligarchs, and then it goes through all this stuff, right? And then the end was like, the Emoji Movie is so cool, I love it. Please let my family go, ha ha ha. The Emoji Movie has so many stunning backgrounds.
Please let my family laugh.
It's amazing, and so there's the whole review page is full of reviews like this, and there's this one reviewer who really sticks out to me, Joshua Jimenez. His review.
Oh no!
His review says the following. Clearly,
this is the one I'm taking seriously.
Clearly, IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes are populated by dimwits who couldn't differentiate a tomato from the little boy atomic bomb. The Passion of the Morbius, directed by acclaimed actor / Roman Catholic
Passion of the Morbius.
Morb Gibson.
Morb Gibson.
Moved me to absolute tears. I can't believe they didn't use a single shred of CGI in this film. I especially appreciated the subtle callback to Sonic 2, which really helped raise Mr. Libo from childhood.
Hold on. Did you review this before watching the movie?
Gerard Let's Go's meticulous attention to his craft left absolutely nothing behind to be desired. He definitely gave it all in the gridiron field. My best friends, Tupac and Tom Brady, watched this film with me.
Tupac and Tom Brady.
Tom immediately decided to mail all 2 Morbillion of his Super Bowl rings to Giroud Lego as a humble token of his undying
This is a copy
gratitude
pasta. You did not create this.
for Mr. Lepo's incomparable work as an acclaimed thespian, while my buddy 3Pac committed to dedicating his next album to none other than the GOAT. To none other than the GOAT, Jerome Lentil.
Wow.
I humbly
Getting
rate
freaked
this
up
film
here.
a solid SOS out of P, and I rest my case.
Sauce.
But really, this whole film, so it was full of like all those meme reviews, right?
Yeah.
And the studios behind Morbius decided, you know what? Let's give it a shot and re-release this film because they had to cancel all showings because it was losing money. So they took the meme reviews.
That's probably why we couldn't see it.
They took the meme
theaters.
reviews seriously and re-released it, and I think made a total of like $80,000 that
Yeah,
weekend.
it was like 80,000. It was absolutely ridiculous.
So is it the worst film in the world? Is it the greatest film in the world? That's up to you to decide. But I can say this whole thing really caught me by surprise. And you know what else caught me by surprise? Nathan's topic, apparently, because I have no idea what it is.
Carlos, these segues are something else, you know? They're something else.
What's going to be something else is your
yeah.
topic.
There's gonna be something else.
Something else. Let's get that
Is that
topic up in here.
topic.
It's that topic, brother. Let's go.
Wow. No.
He hasn't told. We've been asking for this topic for years now, and he still hasn't brought it up until now.
Yeah. Apparently,
This
it's
is the
been
day.
years since the first podcast.
I believe in good comebacks. And this podcast is coming back.
We're coming back after our first episode.
So I thought you were going to do the Chris Pratt joke, and I was ready for it. But
No, I wanted.
I don't even know what that is.
I know that we're not going there. We're going to go to Nathan's topic right now.
This is a
we're
good
good.
Christian podcast.
So my topic has nothing to do with any of your guys at all. It's kind of nerdy.
Let's talk about it.
I'm talking about Dungeons and Dragons.
Ooh, D&D.
Okay.
D&D.
Okay, you're going to have to break it down Barney style because I don't know nothing about no Dungeons and Dragons.
Hi guys, have you ever had D&D?
Nathan, you're gonna have to get this right because there's so many people who love D&D.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
About if you get it wrong.
No,
Well, we're also our parents are listening to this too, so
Shout out to mom and dad.
Shout out to mom and dad. You really don't have to
Hi,
get this completely
parents.
right.
This is Barney explaining D&D. No, so for people who don't know, Dungeons and Dragons was created by Gary Gygax and Dave Arneson in 1974.
Yo, it's a lot older than I thought. It's almost
Yeah.
50 years old.
No, yeah, it is very, very old, man. Gary Gygax has unfortunately passed away like a long time ago.
Rest in peace.
It sounds like a very old person name.
Yeah, no, it really does. So Dungeons and Dragons, like, for people who don't know, it's a tabletop game. You have your dungeon master, which is the person who controls the story. Then
Master.
You have players who play basically the dungeon master's game.
Okay.
And I'm waiting for this page to load.
I think all I know is that there's dice involved.
Yeah. So you have several dice. The D20 is the dice that's used the most for like everything. And it's kind of hard to like explain it fully without actually like, you know, giving people like, you know, dice and like their character sheet and stuff like that, because there's a lot to it. But like once you get into it, it becomes like really simple, if that makes sense.
And the second thing I know is that it's a really long game.
It can be.
It can be
Yeah.
a very extensively long game.
What's the
It can
longest
be.
game you've been involved with, Mr. Nathan?
The longest game I've been involved with, like single session wise, or just like like weekly or whatever, because like most D&D games that I've ever had have gone, you know, like we would do it like once a week or something like that. And I think the longest there, like I've had games that have gone on for like months, and then we would just like suddenly stop just because like somebody in the group would just not show up, or they wouldn't want to play anymore, and then we'd have to like do a different game and stuff like that.
So what's the longest game that you've completed?
I haven't completed any game yet, just because like there's games.
Wow, that's some real motivation for all the people that haven't played before.
So yeah, go ahead.
Are you still explaining D&D? I want to respect your topic space.
No, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, basically what happens is that the dungeon master is basically the storyteller and stuff like that. Here, let me actually give you an example real fast.
What I do
Sync and load.
I made a bunch of notes just because I knew the freaking web pages would always crash, and I can't depend on Carlos's Wi-Fi for anything.
Oh my gosh, I have the same exact Wi-Fi you use, but okay.
Right? What? Oh, come on.
I do. What provider do you use?
Verizon. Comcast.
That's what I use.
Verizon Comcast. The most expensive Verizon Comcast thing.
So expensive. But anyways, back to D&D.
Yeah. No, sorry. I was waiting for this page to load, and your Wi-Fi is kind of crappy.
We have like 5 million. Well,
hey, that's two.
We have like 5 million people on it right now.
True. So yeah,
large Hispanic families are to blame.
I'm
kidding. We love our Hispanic families. We love our Hispanic families.
We're in a Hispanic family's house right now.
I know. I'm in their house. I can't be talking crap like that.
Yeah.
I'm about to get slapped with no sriracha. They're in a drought.
So to condense it down a little bit, because if I did my long-winded explanation, like it'll take a long time. So Dungeon Master serves as the game's referee and storyteller while maintaining the setting in which the adventures occur and playing the role of the inhabitants of the game world. The characters form a party and they interact with the setting's inhabitants and each other. Together they solve dilemmas, engage in battles, explore and gather treasure and knowledge. In the process, the characters earn experience points, so it's basically like a role-playing game.
Okay.
In order to rise in levels and become increasingly powerful over a series of separate gaming sessions. Most dungeon masters I know use like pre-set up modules and stuff like that. Which you can buy it from Wizards of the Coast, which is the current owner of D&D right now. So you buy their adventures, and then as a dungeon master, you run that setting and stuff like that, and then your hang on. Sorry.
It's all good.
I know there's a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, man. That's all I know.
Yeah. There's a lot to it. But yeah. I should have probably researched this more to be
No, you're good. Speaking of researching more, no, I'm just kidding. I don't have a segue.
Speaking of the ultimate segue.
No, but speaking of researching more, who could have researched more?
What?
I remember reading about. Obviously, this happened before like any of us were born. Yeah. But when D&D came out, there were like a lot of churches who were like telling their parents, "You should not be letting your kids play D&D."
Yeah, there was.
So as someone who's because like I guess like a lot of the things were a lot of like the criticism was like you're opening up your house to like demons and dragons and stuff like that.
Right.
So as somebody who has played Dungeons and Dragons, have you experienced that? Are there any demons attacking you right now?
No.
Right now?
That is completely false.
Have you brought demons in this church?
What?
Have you brought demons in this house?
No. What in the world? No, that is completely false. I don't know where that notion came from. I think it was like in late 1980s things where like parents and like people were like, oh, like since this game involves like summoning demons, which it doesn't.
Bro, all right, I love my mom and dad. I really do.
Yeah.
They treated Pokemon like Dungeons and Dragons back in the day.
You were telling us that last episode, I think.
Yeah. I always have to bring it up because I'm just so hurt all the time.
Once a podcast, he's gonna cry about not. Pokemon, I couldn't catch them all.
Yeah.
Well, everyone names all these Pokemon. It's literally brought up once a week. I'd say for my entire life, at least once a week, Pokemon or Digimon or Yu-Gi-Oh have been brought up, and it's like I just can't. I don't know what Pokemon you're talking about. All I know is freaking Kirby and Pikachu. Those are my only characters I know from that verse.
Kirby's not Pokemon.
I know. That's why. Oh, well, Kirby's just my favorite. I know it's not part of Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh or anything like that.
You know,
It's part of Smash.
you know, a show I think you'd really like, Nathan, is
Yeah.
Stranger Things, because like it's heavily based on the D&D.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I've never heard that. Are you serious? I've been meaning to
Have
watch
you
I've been meaning to watch the 4th season.
Oh man, we got a lot of binging to do with you guys. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
I need to watch
I haven't
Ozark.
watched the first season. Same. So
You would love it.
I gotta watch Ozark. Right now I'm watching Under the Banner of Heaven, which is a fantastic show on, I think it's Hulu.
heck yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was mentioning it awkwardly earlier to you, Nathan. I was just trying to. All I was trying to do was like relieve the tension of all the bad news you received because
Yeah.
it was just so
Oh,
unfortunate.
yeah.
All I
That
was
was
trying to do,
heavy
I wasn't
week.
trying to be insensitive. I was just trying to say, hey, I was trying to relate it to something else to try and get your mind off it because I know that
Yeah,
there's a lot of negativity out there and sometimes it hits you all at once.
there's a
And-
lot. So on top of being sick, there's like just a lot going on with my life. Which is one of the reasons why I have like no energy and like trying to explain a topic like D&D, which is like very expansive. I thought I would have like a lot more energy to explain it, but like
Bro.
apparently I don't. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, dude, there's actually a lot. Which
That's
I don't have the
so
energy
relatable.
for. Yeah.
Bro, in English 102,
So, sorry
and
guys.
No, you're good.
it's
man.
totally fine. It's totally
Shout
fine.
out to Nathan, man. You
Shout out!
know,
Hey, let's
we
round of
love you no
applause
matter
for
what.
Nathan, bro. Round of applause.
You better.
And
Everybody listening, you better be clapping right now.
you better be clapping
I
with
will
us
come
right now.
slap you with Sriracha.
Better be
Don't
clapping
waste
for
it
my
you're not
like that.
clapping.
clap.
Don't
If you're
waste it
not
like that.
if you're not
Don't waste it like
Don't
that.
waste the Sriracha.
Don't you waste it like that? Bro, I was about to relate that to when I was in English 102 because I had to. English 102 was an entire class, and an entire semester about one paper. You had to write a 15-page paper. That was it. And I chose to write it about the death penalty, which I thought was going to be super easy since there's so much information about the death penalty. But it was the most boring freaking topic. I fell asleep daily trying to research this crap. And by the time I turned in my paper, I got a C-, and it was the least interesting thing possible. So you really got to research your research and
You're
find
gonna
something.
die for your crimes. Boring.
See,
Public
there's
execution?
just too much.
Boring.
There's too much logistics in it,
Yeah,
and there's
there
just
is.
it's overwhelming amount of information. You really got to have a lot of patience. So
Yeah, and with D&D, like there's a lot to that. There's a lot of systems going on, and it sucks because like me explaining to essentially people who haven't played, which would be you guys,
right,
it's pretty
Yeah.
difficult. Like there's a lot going
I'm a
on.
noob.
Man.
bro. I've heard from so many people about Dungeons and Dragons, and they don't even bother trying to explain it, let alone you trying to do it on a podcast.
Yeah,
to people, to two people who've never played it, it's difficult.
Yeah. To be honest, when I'm not sick and don't have a lot of stuff going on, and when I have more energy, I definitely want to run a game with you guys.
That would be cool.
I would love to do that. Absolutely.
Yeah, because I honestly think you guys would enjoy it. It's like nerdy or whatever, but like there's a lot of stuff that's like that. So who cares?
I think if you explain it in a way that we understand, someone's
100%.
done that to me or for me before with Dungeons and Dragons, and I was actually really interested in it, and I wanted to play. So, but then there's people that have explained to me in the past that are acquaintances of mine, and they sucked, and I just hated it. So,
Wait,
ahead.
hang on. So was one of those people Christian Harris? Was
oh, absolutely,
hey, man.
Oh, we gotta dunk
Hey.
on Christian every episode.
every single
Christian-
Someone get my hoodie. Let me lay on the couch and let me ask you to watch anime real quick.
Christian Harris, we love you, but we're gonna dunk on you in every episode because we love you.
So, I do
sorry.
want to ask you a quick question, Mr.
Yeah, for sure.
Nathan.
For sure.
Are you in a campaign right now?
I actually am. We were supposed to play this Wednesday, but like a lot of stuff was happening on Wednesday, and I also had to work on Wednesday.
Okay.
And we're also not going to play this Wednesday just because one of the members is going through surgery.
Excuses.
Excuses.
So, let me-
D&D
Man
for
up.
life, man.
so how many people do you have? How many people do you have in your campaign?
So right now we have me, we have Mimi, we have Philo, we have Mr. Birds.
Oh,
Is me a person, or do you just want to see Mimi twice?
Mimi is a person. This is
Okay.
their screen name. So,
Shout out to Mimi.
Okay. Shout Mimi.
so me, Birds, Mimi, Philo, and then we have Sega, and then we have Madoka. So yeah, that's
Gorgeous, Carlos.
That's
It's this new mic, man.
so that's like 7 people, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But that 7th person, which is Sega, he's our dungeon master. So he's the one who like creates the world and everything and runs it.
So it sounds like you got a lot of exciting stuff going on. So speaking of exciting stuff, because
Carlos, these segues, man.
we do have to end the pod soon. I just have a couple of announcements I want to share with you guys.
Yeah.
As far as like the pod goes,
You want just give them a fat update. I think we should have done that at the beginning of the podcast.
I'm gonna give you guys a fat update.
Yeah.
So we got a very exciting podcast planned for next week.
Yes.
Yes, and we won't share with you yet what that is. We just keep a close eye on our social media. We'll make announcements as to what's going on. But it's
gonna be fantastic.
Hopefully, awesome.
Even if it sucks, like the people that are gonna be there, it's gonna be
laugh.
So good.
Hopefully, I will have more energy and not be sick by then.
You're gonna laugh. You're gonna cry. It's gonna be awesome. So, anyways, yes. Please, if you like the podcast, please share it with your friends. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, please do us a favor and give us a rating. Mm-hmm. You could be honest, or you can give us 5 stars. Doesn't matter. And if you leave a review on the podcast, we will read it and react to it. Until next time, this is Best of Friends Forevercast. Do you have any further remarks, Kyle?
Well, honestly, I just want to say that we got some cool new equipment with the whole new mic setup we got going on. Because last time I had a SM7B, which is great, but it's not the most ideal mic setup. So me and Carlos just went out on a whim today, went to Becox and bought 2 AT4040s.
These are
We're also in a new room, if you guys can't tell.
Yes, and we've also transferred everything up to the second story of this house and have a whole nice setup in the spare bedroom. And we have an AC unit that's supposed to be running, but we really value audio quality on this podcast.
Yeah,
so.
we sweated
that
for
AC
you.
We
is
sweat.
really loud.
We give 110% for this podcast. We really do. We give it our all. And so we got some new mics. We know that equipment isn't everything, and we just want to do our best to bring you guys the best quality and most consistency in every podcast. And we think that having all 3 of us having the same mic is just the way to go about it.
Absolutely.
And we're obsessed with these things already. Out of the box, these things are amazing.
Dude,
so.
yeah, they're really good.
Nathan, do you have any further remarks you want to give?
Please hope that I don't die.
And that's it, guys.
And that's it.
So real quick. You can follow us at BOFFcast on all platforms.
All platforms, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. Leave us a 5-star rating or review.
Carlos just made a TikTok. We've been on Instagram for a while now.
Yeah, we're on TikTok.
Just made a Twitter, Facebook, you name it. Absolutely.
We're all over the
YouTube
place.
as well. Don't forget YouTube.
You can follow Nathan at Captain Poodle Hats on Twitter. Captain _ Poodle Hats.
Yeah, Captain _. We do pull hats.
You can follow Kyle on Instagram.
Just follow BOFFcast. You don't have to follow my private account. Just follow BOFFcast. It's all good.
And you can follow me at MeHostLife and at BOFFcast.
Yeah.
Until next time, this is Best of Friends Forevercast.
Bye, bye.
Peace, love, and chicken grease.